Well, school can be stressful for all kids regardless of their age because they're juggling schoolwork, extracurricular activities, studying, friendships, and home responsibilities. And as much as parents would like to think that their kids will turn to them when they are stressed or struggling, we know that that isn't always the case. This is what Blanca Cobb, who has a master's degree in psychology, and I are talking about this afternoon: the importance of checking in with your kids, even if you think that they are doing fine. Blanca, what is something that good intention parents do that might turn their kids away from them?
A majority of the parents want their children to be more successful and to have an easier life than they did. And so the encouragement that they give their children sometimes feels like pressure to their kids. And when the kids feel so much pressure, then they tend to close down. Some parents will talk about their own struggles and what it was like for them and the trials and tribulations that they had to get through in order to get where they are in life. And some children look at that, regardless of their age, regardless of the child's age, and they think, well, that's not what's going on in my life, and they can't relate to it. So they hear those personal stories, but they just can't relate to it.
And can you talk about expectations that can cause kids more stress?
It's great to have expectations for your children. You want them to be able to attain whatever those goals are that you have for them. It's even good to have your kid jump out of their own comfort zone, if you will, to stretch themselves just a little bit. The problem with expectations is if they're unattainable or they come across to your child as that it's perfection. We know that no one can be perfect, and that can lead to failure. And also consider this: even though you might have good intentions because you're encouraging your children, it depends on how they're hearing those expectations. Children have different levels of resilience, which means that some children can bounce back quicker than others.
And what's the best way parents can check in with their kids?
If you listen carefully to your child, they'll drop hints at random times about what's really going on for them. And if you can pick up on those hints of what's bothering them or what's stressing them out, and you can provide that support and validate what they're going through at that time, it's going to go a long way because it makes you relatable. It makes them feel like you understand them and you get them. When you check in, it's more than just saying, how's it going? And you get that blanket fine. It's really spending time with them, getting your eyes on them, share a meal, go for a walk, watch a show, whatever it is, even if you have college students. You want to touch base, FaceTime. You want to see how they're doing. And a lot of times it's more about your presence than what you actually talk about, because sometimes it's just reassuring to have mom or dad there because they can hear words as a lecture. There also are times when you do have to talk to your kids, but sometimes just find comfort in that your presence can be very comforting to your children.
Absolutely. Let's talk about warning signs, because maybe everything isn't okay with your kid.
A mental state that I would caution all parents to take seriously is when your child starts talking about hopelessness, or you get the sense that they feel hopeless. Because when someone feels hopeless, it's like a dead end. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to move forward. It's like there's nothing left. And that can be a very scary place. If you get that sense, or if you hear your child talking about it, this is a time for you just to ask questions to find out what they mean. And if you get the sense that this is serious, that they really feel like their life is just not going to get better, that's when you really need to call in a mental health professional to help you out.
Blanca, thank you so much. You can continue the conversation with Blanca on her Facebook page, Blanca Cobb, body language expert.